we always have to have your say. My name is Precious Enyi. Welcome to the show. My producer, Promise, is supposed to be here, but she's somewhere in the corner rubbing powder. When she's done, she's going to join us. And hey, I have my runaway Friday friend in the house. Fina, she's here.
What did I run?
Why are you doing like NEPA? 1 minute you're on, the next minute you're off. Why are you like this? For all I care, there is no PHCN or Ikeja Electric. It's only NEPA. We keep calling it NEPA. That name will never depart from them.
Why you don't say
we'll keep being NEPA?
They go anywhere.
Why they run? Every time they run.
But all the same, I'm here today, and I'm happy to be here.
Thank you for keeping me company. Lucas, let's run you through the hot topics very quickly. Oh, but by the way, I have a guest in the house. Don't ask me his name. I got myself a new Friday charm. I hope he will be here every Friday because I know he's going to enjoy today's edition. So before I even say his name, Mr. Ekene is here with me. Don't ask me his surname. We'll talk about that later on. Good evening to you, Mr. Ekene. Welcome. Thank you for joining me.
Thank you very much.
So I'd like to get your thoughts before we start really on what's your thought on what's going on in Kano State? The drama. I'm sure you follow up all the conversation. What's your thought about it?
Kano State is... as it is trending now, it's a peculiar drama, basically.
Okay, so you know the two Emir Bayero and Emir Sanusi called for a Jumat at the same time. In fact, they held parallel Jumat prayers.
Yeah.
That is basically unheard.
It's quite scary, right? I mean, because as it is now, everything has gone political.
Okay.
The reason this tussle right now is, taking a different trajectory is because the political interest that has heralded the whole setting, would make it more like elongate the matter. So normally, this is not supposed to be a case.
I was going to say that. Do you think that this whole political angle is going to have effect in our traditional system? Is it going to water down our traditional system?
It's already watering its effect. It has just messed up everything. Because you see, anything you introduce politics to, certain things used to be sacrosanct before. When you talk about our traditional setting, it used to be like something that nobody can touch, right? It has its own rules and regulations. But since they handed over the traditional structure to government to determine.
Okay? Really? Because that's what it looks like.
Yeah, exactly. They have just messed up everything, because what happens is, because politics is all about interest, right? So if you look at who is there or who traditionally occupies the place, and the person does not benefit you politically, there is every likelihood that the person will be taken out. So this one that is happening now, because if you look at Kano traditional setting, the Emirate has been around for about 900 years.
Yeah.
Right? And it's been only one person being the Emir of Kano. Ganduje did what he did for political advantage. Right? And now the current governor wants to revert to what used to be the normal setting.
The tradition.
The traditional setting, or what used to be. But the guy there, the Adobayoro man, kind of represents a different political interest.
But how come he has people who love him anyway, and he does have...
It's very easy to make people love
because naturally people want to think that we support our tradition the way it used to be.
Okay, so everything is balkanized, right? So if you look at the support, how do you drive people to have interest in what you're doing? In fact, if you look at what politicians are doing, I've always done, is to use something that is very interesting to weaponize the people. And one of that is poverty. Religion is another. The people don't know their left to their right. So anywhere you drive them, depending on what you offer them, they follow you.
Why is it that it is only Adobayero and Sanusi, Lamido Sanusi, that are having this issue? Because we have
because there were other four emirs.
Yes, and no one is saying
that is happening because during Jonathan's administration, right? Jonathan wanted to hand over or crown Adobayero because Adobayero's family was
his
the
father was the
original.
one who just
Exactly.
not original, because if you say original, I'm sorry.
Okay.
If you say original, also remember that Emir Sanusi Lamido Sanusi's grandfather was once an Emir.
Was the post
Oh, well.
in 1963.
Okay, so
You
you
understand?
look at
So it's also in their family. So they are all royals.
Fair enough, they are just from the same family. They are brothers.
That's what I'm saying. They're all royals.
Oh, but brothers,
So,
they are brothers, and
Yeah,
they're
they're
fighting
brothers.
now. So it's all about interest. Who wields the power? That power is very interesting.
so who
And
is
you
going to
see,
wield this power now? Because one may have a
at the
federal power
moment-
interest.
At the
and-
moment, it's very interesting because the state is supporting Sanusi. Because what the state did was to revert to the old laws.
the status
Yeah.
quo.
Okay?
I mean, the tradition.
Good. Taking out the law that Ganduje put in
Implemented
place.
about 10 years ago.
Okay, good. And try to put it back to what it was. Ado Bayero has is representing, put it succinctly, APC.
Oh, whoa. But you know that there was this accusation by the deputy governor, who, by the way, is supposed to be in charge of the traditional institution in the state, that Nuhu Rabadu, the NSA, was involved in the But he was made to apologize, because he eventually apologized and withdrew that statement. Now, if you say he's represented the APC,
I mean, that is, we have two political sides.
one is the NMPC faction, and the other one is the APC faction of the traditional
APC
stool
don't want,
of
from my understanding, the APC don't want NMPP to have all the footholds in Kano, because they are planning for 2027.
and Kanu is a strong place.
It's a very strong state.
And now my simple question now is this: who have the right to have or install the traditional
It's the
ruler?
state.
So
The state
why
governor.
why would we not be looking at another political party having interest in it when
No,
the state
because,
governor, the state governor has come up to say this is who we're putting, and then they've given him that paper to return back to the party.
That is why it's
so why
very
having this
interesting,
issue?
because you see, the law, the judicial system shouldn't have come into the matter. Because if you look at the law, what is the law? I mean, how, like, the state assembly has been able to revert to the old, what was.
Yeah.
Okay. So the law at the moment is supposed to be the one, something to look at.
So would the Kano indigents now be having all their eyes on the judiciary at this point
The
in
Kano
time?
indigenous, unfortunately, whatever it is that plays out is what they would take, because they don't kind of have a, not because they don't have a say. Originally they have a say, but they don't understand their place in the whole scheme of things.
All right, let's move on with
Yeah.
the show. Thank you so much for that. I thought to pick your mind on that very quickly, Lagos.
That's okay.
Let's let you in on the hot topics that we have this evening on the show. And the hot topic this evening, you would be hearing that Labour declares indefinite strike from Monday over minimum wage electricity tariff hike.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, earlier today, because of the minimum wage issue and negotiation, Labour worked out on the meeting or negotiation with the federal government again, because they said this time around, federal government did not even bring new money to the table. They just remained, they've been doing this back and forth. We'll get to the breakdown, but let me just go forward. Military vows to retaliate IPOB's killings of soldiers in Abia State. And then you hear killing of 5 soldiers in Abia. Our response will be fierce, more like Ego Loud. Defense headquarters says so. But then we'll move on to other issues very quickly. Sit at home. Atiku condemns killing of soldiers in Abia State. And then we'll move to other conversations. Nigeria, we hail thee. Reintroduction of old national anthem, my priority. Credited to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. And there's a response to that. Just hold on. Unconstitutional, lawyers to sue Tinubu, National Assembly over reintroduction of old national anthem. We'll move to Rivers State, where we heard that Rivers Police arrests man for raping pastor's pregnant wife to death. The things that happen in Nigeria, because these are the hot topics that we have today. Let's take a quick breather. We'll be right back as we begin to dissect the conversations one at a time. This is 90.3 Voice of the People FM's Evening Rush.
Unbiased reportage of news, sports, business, entertainment, and cultural documentaries. Voice of the People 90.3 FM became a symbol for 21st century media. And now, a new baby is born. Voice of the People Television, VOP TV, youthful, full of vigor and pressure for excellence in the continent's media space, exposing the wrongs, applauding the rights, dissecting the news without fear or favor, through factual and accurate stories and contents.
Corruption kills three things that makes a society.
Representing the interests of the people and giving them a voice. Voice of the People TV is here to stay towards building a fair society. VOP TV, Voice of the People Television, truly a voice for the people.
Listen to hot critical analysis and top trending topics of the day. Join Precious, Monday to Friday, 7 to 9 p.m. on The Evening Rush.
Yes, Lakers, you are welcome back. It is your 90.3 Voice of the People of 15 minutes past 7 o'clock right here in our studio. So let's get started. And of course, there's no better way to start than to begin with the proposed strike for Monday. So organized labor has declared an indefinite nationwide strike from Monday, June 3rd, over the failure of the federal government to conclude negotiations on a new national minimum wage and reverse the hike in electricity tariff. Recall that it was reported that earlier today, that organized labor under the aegis of the Nigeria Labour Congress, NLC, and its trade union Congress counterpart, that is the TUC, might declare a nationwide strike from Monday if the tripartite committee on the new national minimum wage failed to meet the standard. But earlier today, they worked out on the federal government's negotiation. As a matter of fact, talks to reach a compromise on a new minimum wage for workers in the public service, again today have been deadlocked as organized labor worked out of the meeting. Now, sources attending the meeting said the federal government failed to propose an amount higher than 60,000 naira that he earlier offered them when the parties met on Tuesday this week. So, with the latest development, there were strong indications that the Nigeria Labour Congress would, of course, call for a strike. You do remember that their deadline to the federal government was May 31st, and today is May 31st, and they decided to do the do. But then, let's go straight to the negotiation. The federal government made this promise that, first, that it would put out measures to cushion the effect of the inaugural announcement that was made by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu on the day he was sworn in. Some of those cushioning effects were the CNG buses, the wage award, and the increase in minimum wage, all of them. And all of this was even supposed to happen before 6 months into that the administration, right? But this didn't happen. And then when it came to the negotiation, after the tripartite committee was formed, it's been a bit sluggish, because you find a situation where Labour started with announcing 48,000 naira abruptly, as it was not Labour, the federal government announcing 48,000 naira abruptly. I think that was when earlier this year, and Labour said, we did not agree on that, and then they now went back to the negotiation. Labour said we want 650,000 naira as minimum wage, and they gave indices to how they arrived at 650. They said house rent money every month now like this is the cost for a family, at least small family, husband, wife, 1 or 2 pikin. Transportation money, now this amount it will cost. Feeding money for 1 month. 1 month. Remember, a pint of gari is 4,500. A family may just eat 1 pint in 1 week. They've not bought rice. If you buy rice, 80,000-90,000 naira, you know how much. Are
you swallowing the gari like that? It's not made soup.
You've not even bought fish, God help you. And you now buy, those other obstacles that used to be there. So because you have to eat healthy, so that you be healthy worker for the federal government. So they said feeding money, this is how much it will cost us. Money to buy gas, by the new price of gas in the market, this is how much it is. Money for electricity, because we'll not be blind now when we're walking around at night, so it is going to be this amount. So they listed all of those and the reason why they arrived at 650, but government said could work, and then government added some money and it became 57,000 from their proposed 48. Okay, they too now said, okay, make it not be like say to stubborn, I make reduce down to 460 something thousand naira. So they went down from 650 to 400 and something thousand naira, 465, I think so. And the federal government said it's not going to work. I think they too reduced, the federal government now increased the bit to this 60,000 naira. I think they too came lower a bit. So they said if government goes higher, they will also come lower. Government goes higher, they will come lower till they meet in the middle. But I think one of the major concern for the Labour has been that the federal government is yet to tell them how they came to the figure that they came to, arrived at the figure that they are offering them. Because they said, oh, we have put out indices, we have put out things in place to show you why we want the amount that we want. How about you? Let's know why you are offering us the amount you're offering us. So help us break it down, federal government. Please, out of this amount you're offering us, how much do we have to feed with? How much do we pay transport with? How much do we wear clothes with? How much do we pay for house rent monthly? How much do we pay for electricity with, and gas and all of that? The federal government didn't do that and outrightly agreed. I mean, think that 60,000 naira is the best deal. Where do you see this going?
I laugh.
Apologies for making you laugh.
I laugh.
That was the comic relief.
Yeah, because I mean, if you look at what happens in Nigeria, I really don't blame the government. I don't blame them that much because
why so?
If you allow someone to mistreat you and you don't react, the person will continue to have a field day. All right?
So if you turn the other cheek, like the Bible says, is a problem.
I don't follow that.
Are they not being obedient?
That instruction is crazy. Where they tell you that if someone slaps you, give them the other cheek. In fact, Nigerians have suffered enough. But maybe,
so they've been turning the other cheek and the other body.
They've been beating them from the head to the bottom.
Ew.
And they're not saying anything. Let me say this, right? So you see, democracy, it offers to the people the opportunity to say something. Okay?
To have a voice. Or have a say.
In fact, let me quote Thomas Jefferson, the third American president. He said, let me quote him. He said, when the people respect the government, right? There will be, when the government respects the people,
okay,
there will be liberty.
Okay.
But when the people respect the government, there will be tyranny. Okay? So Nigerians,
it will be a tyrannical rule.
Exactly. The high-handedness you see here is because the people respect. In fact, they don't even know their place in democratic setting. If they do, they will know that power lies with them. The reason why you see politicians coming around every election cycle to come look for vote, cajole you, beg you, kneel down, roast popcorn with you, whatever it is.
Make
your hair, do conductor, anything, is just to be able to have that thing, that vote, because that's what gives them power. So you that is giving out the vote, you don't even know your place in the whole setting, and it's a problem. Now let's go to this is becoming, or rather it's a perennial issue. It's intractable. You can't even, it happens every now and again. So people have kind of get used to problems, and they're not looking for solution. Are we talking about minimum wage here, or we're talking about living wage? Because the two are different. We should have been talking about living wage.
But the president said it himself that don't worry, I will give you
That's
a living
the same
wage.
Promises. Yeah. Let me tell you. So it's very easy when they say talk is cheap, right? You see that 90% of the things that we use and consume, they're imported. So we're dealing with.
So wait, so 60,000 is not living. Sorry, it's not living. It's not alive enough to be living.
Look, we should just stop joking. I don't understand. I don't get it.
It's a pity because people are dying.
I don't know when Nigerians will wake up to understand that when you have a problem and they push you to go to church and mosque to go and pray and deal with the devil is actually these people. I mean, I just want to put it straight because people need to understand what is happening to them. Okay, so the disparity between those who say they are serving us, because you see, government has kind of become the company of a lot of people, politicians. Okay, when they get in there, they are not going there to serve. They are going there to do some other thing. You know what I mean? Like somebody gets into the office, 2-3 days, he's already built another house
What you should
with our money. He has already bought another car. At least their lives will change.
Okay, like a 160 million naira car
That's even
for House
Look.
of
For House of
Reps
Rep member.
members. Ew.
I went to one senator's house during Jonathan's administration. I saw nothing less than 150 cars, brand new.
No way.
Parked
He must
in
own,
his compound.
No, he may own a car business. I don't believe you. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Could that be
Is
the
the
reason?
senator still a senator right now? You're not telling me anymore. You may just tell us now. Is the person still a
He
senator?
was
in this?
there for, I think, about 16.
16
Was it
years.
16 years?
Oh, wow.
16 years.
But he's no longer there again.
He's no longer
Maybe
there.
he owns
Now-
a car business. He didn't tell you.
Another senator in Ikoyi here, I saw nothing less than 18 cars, brand new, without number.
So could that be the reason someone told us, a political elite in Nigeria said, if you're looking for a 9-to-5 job, you can actually jab back. But if you want to, sleep and wake up someday and be a governor or, talking about Amechina, Rotimi said that.
So you not be a
you can't
politician.
Absolutely.
Oh.
This is what they do. So you see, they make use of our common purse. This patrimony is our money. It's our thing. But because the other side of the divide don't know their place,
So politics in Nigeria is a real business.
it's about money, amassing money, putting hand in the cookie jar, or rather, when they take, okay, because what happens is when you give somebody the opportunity to handle an office, okay, everything that comes into that office becomes his own, and then the people get to
So
suffer.
where then lies the interest of the people in all of this? Because at the end of the day, it
The
should be
interest
about
of the people
people.
is being trampled upon and keep being trampled upon because they can do nothing until they understand their place and know that if you take that same senator, right, his monthly, when he was there as a Senate president, he was collecting, I heard, about 88 million every month.
It's not true.
Every month.
Are you serious?
When you are paying somebody
No.
30,000 and then you're negotiating to 48 and
No,
now you're
Mr.
arriving at
Kene, Mr.
60
Kene.
and then you're telling us that 60 is enough.
Mr. Kene,
Come
88
on, we should
million.
stop this joke.
Okay, is that inclusive of allowances? And they have newspaper
No,
allowances.
all
allowances.
that. No. 88 million salary. Okay, whatever it includes.
but that's
Every
not what
other
we
thing,
heard now. That's not what we heard.
Is it salary or
that's-
the constituency
No, an
project?
average
Get it the right
senator under him
Yeah.
was taking 30 million.
Is it for the constituency
he's-
project?
He's an
Yeah.
executive
Yes.
member.
Yes, he was a senior person.
Are we having executive member now? Like,
Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about, right?
Nengi said something about
Good.
big boys and
He was a
Hey.
Okay, he was a
just,
senior
it just
member.
made me
Okay.
So these things will continue to happen until Nigerians understand their place. Right now, I mean, are we jokers that you talk about 60,000? How much is 60,000 in dollars? Let's even look at the whole inflation now, because what we have now is even beyond inflation. We have stagflation. And stagflation is where you have a sluggish economy, okay, inside a heavy inflation. The economy is not doing well. People don't have money, right? Because there are no jobs. And then cost of living is hitting the roof. Come on, we should stop this joke.
But you know that claim you made there, we're on a public radio. In case they tell you to bring with
I made it's kind of, I wouldn't say it's generic.
Okay.
I didn't mention
He
name.
said about.
I didn't mention them. I said what I heard. You see,
Okay,
when
what
you are
heard. Okay,
close
it's according to them.
when
say.
you are close to people in government, you know what happens there.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
So that means this is allegedly according to.
You can't say
them
alleged
say.
because you didn't mention the name.
Eh.
If you mention the name, then you use
Okay,
alleged.
so we take it as a gossip. So people are saying that it may be
You
this
see, that's the
amount.
thing. These things, like that's why you see that they hide. Politicians hide what they do. People don't even know how
We still don't know the exact
politics
take
is
home.
done here. But all you see is that somebody get in there 2-3 days, 1 week after he's
The person's
there.
life changes.
Do you understand? How does that happen?
Because I'm wondering, this whole thing about the salaries of our legislatures, governors, and other executives
We don't
is actually
know.
not news. You can Google
Exactly.
the salary.
So that's why
you can Google the exact
I
salary
didn't mention
of
a
Joe
name.
Biden right
Okay,
now. And
if
it's
I
not like
wanted
it's a new thing.
if I wanted to be straightforward, I would mention names, but I'm not here to mention names. I'm just giving people an idea of what to know, so that they will know that it's not magic that somebody gets into government 2-3 weeks. The person is stupendously rich why you're still being negotiated for 60,000 for a person that has a family. What are we talking about here? I mean, if we were serious, right, we wouldn't be talking about minimum wage.
But
even if you look at minimum wage, look at other countries. Let's see, are we less human beings? What's wrong with this country?
All right, but do you see the organized labor pulling through with the strike?
Well,
understanding how
they
other
will
strikes have
do
gone.
that.
You think
Remember that when this government came into place, Labour tried to see reasons with them. At 1 or 2, 3, 4, 5 times, they've tried to call for what do you call it? Strike and all that. The government called them and said, give us some time. We've just started. All right? They shelved, cancelled, and then it looked like Labour was no longer serious. Nigerians got upset with them, like, look, this current Labour president is not a serious human being. That's what Nigerians concluded. At this point in time, I think if they call for, if they threaten to go to strike, they will, because they will want to, gain back the confidence of the Nigerian people.
We've seen
Because people have
situations
lost hope.
whereby organized neighbors will call for strike, and then market women or people who are just living their normal life will be like, maybe you're not part of
Because
this
Labour has
organization,
disappointed them a whole lot of times.
Okay.
They've kind of lost faith.
So
But
now-
Labour will, I think they might do something this time if they issue any form of threat, which
All right,
they have.
So because of time, let's quickly run to other conversations. We need to open the phone line for Nigerians to jumping on this conversation. Now, the military high command has promised to bring overwhelming military pressure on proscribed indigenous people of Biafra over the killing of 5 soldiers at a checkpoint at Abia in Abia State yesterday, Wednesday, 30th, right? So the Director of Defense Media Operations, Major General Edward Buba, made this known in a statement on Friday. Buba said military would be fierce in its response to the Dastard Act and would bring overwhelming military pressure on the group to ensure their total defeat. He said the troops of Operation Udoka deployed at
Obika Abia Junction.
Obika Abia Junction checkpoint in Obingwa local government area adjoining Aba metropolis in Abia State were attacked and sadly killed by terrorists of IPUB EC, and that's exactly the way it is written here. But let's get to the crux of the matter. Military is now vowing that they're going to retaliate the death of soldiers. Out of the soldiers, some quarters had it like there were 3 soldiers, some said it was 2. Out of them, 2 of them are indigents of Abia State. 2 of the soldiers we did here are indigents of Abia State. But let's get to other issues. We saw what the military did, or we heard about the stories of the military's action at Okwama during a like incident. But naval jets was shut down at Shiroro, Niger State. We didn't hear of a reprisal attack by the military.
Yeah.
Even after the Okwama incident, we've heard of issues, and I think Zamfara Borno, where military were attacked. We did not hear of any. We did not even hear the Nigerian army warn that if we come back here, our comeback, at least just small one, we did not hear. So I don't know how does it feel, or what do you think about there's some subtle silence of the military when it comes to incidents like this in other parts of the country, and then their swift and quick reaction when it is, I think, southern part of the country, because that's where we've noticed this. Now, one was in the south, and this is in the southeast.
Okay, so
as sad as it is, please may the soul of the military men rest in peace. So we don't sound like we're insensitive to them, because they are people's fathers, brothers, mothers,
absolutely.
sons. So it's a very terrible thing.
Okay, so let's again talk about what happens in our country, because this, from what I know, this country is heavily divided. Okay, when I mean divided, there are 2 parallel divisions. Okay, and politics has never done any justice to this division. There is the North and South division. That one is very clear. If anything happens in the North, it's usually treated differently. I don't know the reason why. You understand? Because you find that those who kind of wield some level of influence, usually are from the northern part of the region.
Oh, really? So every other person doesn't have an influence?
Well, influence differs because, I mean, some people think this country cannot belongs to them. Literally. And then they don't mince words when they are saying or doing things to actualize that fact in their own thinking. The South, I mean, the whole of the South, anybody from the South usually gets so careful to do what a Northerner would normally do and get away with it. This is so very simple.
Is it why we heard some youths burned the Nigerian flag when they were protesting high cost of living, and they've not been called to order? And that's supposed to be a treasonable felony.
Absolutely.
And we've not.
Absolutely. You won't hear nothing.
Is it why? And we heard that there was an affair that said that a fatwa should be placed on.
Absolutely. And nothing happened. That case,
our first lady.
Nobody. If a Southerner had done that or said anything like that, Jesus Christ.
You're going far. What about the Mieti Allah, the leader?
That was just released.
Yes, AGF actually called him and say this man actually he committed a treasonable offense by empowering a particular sect to start carrying gun. And then later his lawyer applied for a bail, which was granted on Tuesday. And on Wednesday we heard that
the charges have been withdrawn.
That's what you get.
The entire terrorism charges.
Everything. It didn't start today. It's been happening.
But we are in Nigeria.
Exactly. So that's the more reason why you look at the fact that even, you see, when people talk about racism out there, okay, outside of the shores of this country, you begin to wonder. You see, the kind of hatred people suffer here, because some people think that they are more Nigerian than some people are. All right? It's been happening. So let's go straight to the point. This thing you see that happened in Abia State, Abba. So the army they are talking tough, telling you what they are going to do, because again, it happened in the southeast. All right.
You think they wouldn't have talked tough though?
They would not have talked tough if this happened in the north. You wouldn't even hear it.
No,
you will only hear that people died.
We didn't hear when it happened in Niger State and in Borno State.
What will happen next? Nobody will, and nothing will happen. By the way, these same people, if you call them terrorists, with due respect, I condemn again what happened in Abia. It's intolerable. It's unacceptable. And that said, when the Boko Haram people went to NDA compound, Nigerian Defense Academy, Kaduna has all different parts of Kaduna have. In fact, Kaduna houses all our military system or apparatus, if you know what I mean. Every department of our military system has a branch or whatever in Kaduna.
Course,
okay, yet these guys had the guts to go to NDA, killed and abducted some army people. We didn't hear anything about that till today. Who would do that in this country and get away with it? Nobody. So what happened in Abia?
And those are known terrorists, so also prescribed
those
terrorists.
Are known terrorists,
both
exactly.
Boko Haram and bandits. I don't know why we still call them bandits, because they've also been prescribed.
So that's the thing. So that kind of name you gave them is to give them soft landing, because when you call them bandit and every day they kill people, shoot, displace people from their from their aborigines.
What about those of them that were repented and then they're now being integrated into the society?
Where any for any country that is serious, I've never seen where a terrorist.
The government told us that they've gone through the level of the
joke now. That's the joke. They will tell you, because you see, they know how they run the system. Okay, they keep spending our common patrimony, right? Okay, because everything is business. So if you say some terrorists repented, you have to give the contract to another person. One person will collect the contract to rehabilitate them.
It's the Nigerian army that is rehabilitating them now.
It's money. They give
under
them
the
de-radicalization.
Exactly. That's what they're saying. All right? Good. But the contract to de-radicalize them is what we are after.
And one wants to ask, what process is it?
Absolutely. Everything is shredded in secret.
Okay,
they won't tell you anything.
All the same, Nigerians have been talking about the reintroduction of the old national anthem, and now the president come up to say that It is his priority. He made mention of that. And also, he said it's unconstitutional for lawyers to sue him and the National Assembly over the reintroduction of the national anthem. A lot of people in Nigeria have been talking about the fact that we're moving backward now, bringing back the old national anthem, Nigeria We Healthy, and taking out the Arise O Compatriot. Right, and the story here says the Association of Legislative Drafting and Advocacy Practitioners, a civil society organization comprising lawyers, has announced that it is filing a lawsuit at the Federal High Court to challenge the newly signed National Anthem Act 2024, which led to the reintroduction of the national anthem. And the reaction to this, the lawsuit will be challenging the National Anthem Act, and in reaction to this, the presidency were of the opinion that it is unconstitutional for lawyers to sue National Assembly and the president.
But is it also constitutional for the National Assembly to arbitrarily change the national anthem? Pass the bill. In fact, it went through first, second, third reading,
we didn't
and
hear
the entire
anything about it
within 1 week, and we are struggling to change minimum wage. All this. Sorry, Mr. Kene, let me not.
The same way the cybersecurity levy swiftly moved it before coming.
Okay, so what you get is that we said we're practicing democracy. What is democracy? Democracy actually have run on three-legged, very structural system, and that is the legislative, the executive, and the judicial. Each one of them have their own powers to checkmate, more like they have overlapping powers, all right, to checkmate each other. Unfortunately, in Nigeria, we are running a unitary system, so to speak. I mean, in reality, because what happened, like a pyramidal system where everything cascades from top to bottom, right? So you see that the executive,
it's really pyramid system of government.
The executive seem to be the only one in charge. And by the way, it's ridiculous, right? Where you have the legislature say make laws for budget, okay? The executive is supposed to implement the budget. But then the implementer of the budget now hijacks the whole money, because that's where money is just distributed. He hijacked the whole process and then make every other person a slave. Make the judiciary slaves, make the legislature slaves. So, because when it comes to distribution of money, he who has the money determines what happens. It's no longer democracy. Where I'm going is, so you look at the fact that this system that we have now, okay?
Okay, the democratic system of government.
Again.
Okay, all right. Apologies. All right, apologies there for that little hitch and breaking transmission. So, Mr. Kenneth, sorry about that. So let's get you. Let's get you.
No problem. All right. So now, the president said, right, that it's unconstitutional to
the presidency
can't get anything out of it. How do we run a system like that? The people that try to sue you to court have a ground, okay? They have a ground for that, for going to court. If you ask them why are you suing, they will give you
their reason
from the constitution.
And then we also expect the courts to be fair.
So what?
Do we also expect the court to be fair?
Normally, the court is supposed to be fair, but they are not independent. That's where the problem
is. Why is the court not independent? There are three arms of government.
I have just told you, the executive that gives them their own side of the budget can decide to hold it and say, look, you have to do our bidding.
Okay, but so Mr. Apologies very quickly. So there are statements and gossips around that after the, you know, people are still wondering the motive behind the change of national anthem, which we're not yet able to finger at or pick at, as it were. But a lot of people are going about the gossip that there may be plans to take Nigeria back to a regional system of government. Do you think that will work?
It's not going to happen.
Why do you think so?
Because it won't benefit the current politicians.
Who are the current politicians that it won't benefit?
The current politicians will never allow that. When you say regional system of government, right? Which was what was when the anthem was instituted. All right? Things happen at the time. So at the time when we are running regional system, the this current anthem sufficed. It was okay.
Okay.
All right. The quarrel there is that we have democracy, like I said, offers the opportunity for people to participate. Okay, in the system. How would you arbitrarily look at what you consider and then you discount the people from what the people are supposed to participate in, right? And then you implement it and don't care about how or what the people say.
But looking at the fact that the federal government has taken the 36 governors to the Supreme Court over the autonomy of the local government, don't you think also this is more like a way for them to walk back?
Is this something we're saying?
And the government has given them, the court has given them 7 days to respond. Else, while are they?
Exactly. So if you look at that, then you find that it's the reason why there is no development in Nigeria. I mean, development from the grassroots, because development actually starts from the grassroots. And we have 3 tiers of government. Those 3 tiers of government, local government is a legitimate government in the system.
Some people say it's not that way. We have just 2, because no true federalism run country will accept to have an autonomous local government.
No. Some people say that.
Yeah. It said it's going to be more like having 2 states in 1 state.
No. Everything is broken. Everybody have their responsibility.
Okay.
So you have federal government, you have state, and you have local. The reason why you have potholes everywhere, dirty environment, the market is untidy and all of this, these are local government responsibility. I remember when we were growing up, all right? During environmentals, you have people who are set to monitor environment. They go from one environment, one street to another to be sure that everywhere is clean. Those kind of people, we don't have them anymore. So local government is a legitimate government. It's because of corruption that made the state to hijack the money, because it started with money, the money that comes from the local government. But because we run a system that does not bring people to account, that's why governors are doing what they're doing. And like I said, until the people understand what it means to have democracy, they will know that no governor, if you try that, the people are going to come out on the street and tell you, look, they know even more than you. You cannot. This thing started like a joke, but it has festered. Every governor is doing it now for first political purposes, advantages. They need to put in their own people, the same way they bastardize our traditional system.
Yeah. All right, so let's head quickly to this incident. I couldn't look, away from it. We heard that a man in Rivers State have been arrested by the Lagos State Rivers State Police Command, Rivers State Police Command, for allegedly raping or joining in the gang rape of the wife of a pastor to death in the Abia community of Ahoda East local government area of the state. So the suspect, after quarreling with Mrs. Stewart, the woman now, earlier that day, broke into her house at midnight with his gang on February 12, 2023, kidnapped the woman and ferried her to an unknown destination where they took turns on her, raped her until she died. The suspect was said to have fled from the community after the act, but then the police eventually got him and arrested him. I just wanted to throw light to some of the very terrible things that happen in this country.
Again, quite unfortunate, because this is
a pregnant woman.
This is when we talk about I wonder why people go far to look for the devil. The devil actually lives inside human beings, and it's become so prevalent now. Like, oh my goodness, people should just be careful, really. It's unfortunate that this kind of a thing happened, and I'm very, very thankful to the Nigerian police to have done a very good job of getting the guy and his accomplices and stuff. It's really, really unfortunate. I don't know what the woman did, but whatever it is, whatever the woman did should not have, and I heard that the woman was pregnant.
Yes.
Yeah.
Good. So
Yes.
they killed 2 people.
Sadly.
Technically, that's what it is.
That's what it means.
Exactly. So it's really, really unfortunate. I just wish that the system takes care of him.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Lagos phone lines are open. 0700 903 903 903. We told you that we'll have a special step down conversation for you. So I have my chiropractor already ready to, is it align now? To align and more like wheel balancing and alignments your waist, but that will be after your call. So the phone lines are open. 0700 903 903 903. That's the number to call. The WhatsApp line is 0817 175 6338. 0817 175 6338. That is the WhatsApp number to call. But you want to call us on direct line, it is 0700 903 903 903. Please do well to keep your message very short and direct. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Yes, welcome, sir.
Yeah, for more of things.
For you're welcome. Go ahead.
Good evening. Yeah, I get your guest in the house. Good evening, bros.
He
Good
can hear
evening,
you.
bro.
Go ahead.
Yeah, that man is too much. The man is extremely, in fact, he's a Nigerian. He's a true-born Nigerian. You see, in addition,
Hey, your village people, we don't want them today. Hello, good evening to you. Hello.
hello,
Yes, welcome. Good evening. Hello. We don't have time for all of this. Let's attend to the WhatsApp messages very quickly because we have lots of WhatsApp messages, YouTube messages. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening, sir. You're welcome.
Okay, my name is Ima from Ilata.
Ima, you're welcome. Go ahead. Let's hear you.
I permit you to thank and welcome your guest.
Thank
for
you.
this evening.
Thank you.
He's really deep and well informed.
Go ahead,
Well,
please.
there's just one thing that can make Nigeria go to the next level, if at all Nigeria will get there. You see, there is need for us as citizens to invade every local, state, and federal government parastatals. You understand? It is not about military. Invade it, sit there. Let them know that we want a reform that is with a human face. Let them wind down government. That's something that is called a national conference, confab. We have people, every locality or ward will come with a representative. They sit down.
But the one we already spent money on in 2014, what will we do?
And reduce the needful.
Thank
so
you.
we can have a comprehensive constitution
Thank
that will involve everyone
Thank you.
and every stage of our human life.
Thank
That
you.
is the only way we can have a government that is for the people and by the people, and that will stay with the test of time for the children that will come after us. That is just the only thing I know that can help this country. Any other thing, it is more like pouring water on stone. That's just my own take.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you.
All right,
Okay.
messages from the WhatsApp bot. It says, I'm so totally sorry. Right. Good evening, Precious. I'm totally against the killing of our military men in any part of the country. I urge the military to handle the killing of its men in Abia State with care to avoid the repeat of Okwama community incident. My condolences to the family of the people that lost their loved ones.
Amen.
May their soul rest in peace.
Amen. Hello, good evening. Oh dear, I lost you already. Okay, so if I pick your call, you can actually wait for a while till I pass you on, so you don't be in a hurry to
Okay.
shut down. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening, ma.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Hello?
Hmm?
Hello, good evening, ma.
Good evening. Welcome.
I know you can hear me, but I can't hear you. What I want to talk about is concerning Joe Ajero. I don't know if they are pricing Okreka or they are pricing Pepe because I don't understand. Anytime they want to go to strike, they will announce it. That is the reason why they give him slap. Still, you don't want to respect himself. And I want to talk about concerning the killing. May the souls of the soldiers rest in peace.
Amen. Amen. Thank you. Good night. Thank you. I'll reach out to you. Thank you. Hello, good evening to you. Good evening. Can you hear us? Good evening. Are you there? Okay, so for some reasons we can't hear you and we don't know what's happening and why we cannot hear you, but you can try to call us back again. Hello, good evening to you. Hello.
Good evening.
Yes, welcome, please.
Yeah, this is Richard from Germany. What I just want to say is, I can't comprehend. Good evening, sorry. Good evening, beautiful ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you.
Please.
Thank you so much.
Yes, yeah. Please, I can't comprehend how could the military, after few minutes of that, horrible attack, which I condemn 100%, I condemn it. Every soldier has the right to live. Every civilian has the right to live. How could the military, after few minutes, they just...
Sorry. Hello, good evening.
Hello?
Yes, good evening and welcome. Hello, are you there? Good evening.
Calling from Tuka compound.
You're welcome. Go ahead, please.
The only thing I want to add to this contribution is I don't know, I want to speak broken because
Speak finish my brother dey here. You say
I beg. Maybe help us, how will they catch us? I beg. Maybe they find something to do for us. I beg. This thing don't get done too much. I beg. Maybe help us. We don't try. I beg.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. I hope they go hear us, Sha. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Hello, good evening. Hello. Hello, good evening. Are you there? Hello. All right. Unfortunately, I don't know what's wrong with your line, so you can try to call us back. Hello, good evening to you.
Hello, good evening.
Yes, you're welcome. Go ahead, please.
Yeah, my name is Paul.
Paul, you're welcome. Paul, you're welcome. Go ahead.
Okay. And what I want to say is a concern about the judge. They should wake up. Because it's like everybody is sleeping. The youth are sleeping. We are just pushing this country like we are pushing with barrow. We know if the government is high, if you know they say they will work out, tomorrow they call them again. When the Nigerian Labour Congress wake up and you will see that they will get a massive support, then the government will wake up. But when we fold our two hands and be keeping quiet, they will think that we know them, we know what they can do. And it's not funny. Everything is on high side. It's not really funny. It's very painful.
Sorry.
Have a beautiful day.
Sorry, you too. Have a great day. Hello, good evening. Hello. All right. Unfortunately, we can't hear you and we don't understand.
Hello, Precious.
Yeah, good evening. Welcome.
Yeah. This is Remy.
Remy, you're welcome. Go ahead. Straight on.
Well, using pressure because the government permits it. It's as simple as that. Today, 5 fishermen were killed in Borno State, and they were told to leave their ancestral land or they are coming back for them. Today, ISWAP did that in Borno State today. Are you telling me the government does not know who those people are, where they are, where they reside? As we speak, there are places in this country whereby
so I don't know what's wrong with your network, but you go ahead. Your line is really bad. But Fina, let's go to the messages.
All right, Precious, listening to your everyday is very fun. Again, you make the program interesting, and some people will study journalism because of how fun you make it to be. Hey, Nwam, thank you. And that is from Ikene. And this is good evening. It is Kamaru from First Stack Lagos. After declared war against Nigeria nation, prescribed IPOB calling Southeast governors to declare May 30th as public holiday. They saying others outside their ethnic group who are killed during the unnecessary war are not important or subhuman. All right, Precious, I agree to you and your colleague, your guest is on point. Something is wrong with us as Nigerians. I feel for you people, the press, talking and analyzing issues day and night. The politicians will never change. It is what we in Nigeria must wake up to and be alive to our responsibilities. An oppressor will not let go without a fight. The oppressed will need to fight tooth and nail to live. Okay, and this says this is quite a lengthy one. What investigation was done by the military to prove that the alleged killing was done by IPOB? It is very easy to point fingers without evidence, even when it is said that the alleged attackers were masked. When the soldiers went to Okwama and videos of burning houses circulated, journalists cautioned, saying it was unconfirmed. When civilians were killed by soldiers in Okwama, journalists used and cautious callers to use the word alleged. But when soldiers are allegedly killed, how come they refuse to use the word alleged for them or call it unconfirmed report when it happens? You see, this naive double standard is why injustice and abnormalities persist. And the person went for that to say, when will you people handle all this happening with iron hands after something have become an iron-headed or resistant in the country? Okay, and we have another message. Good evening, Precious. The injustice against Ndibo since 1945, that is what led to civil war, is still on ground. And this is coming from Iwoha Ikechukwu. Our leaders are always playing with the citizens' welfare. That is the reason why federal government allows governors to hold on with local government funds. Have you ever seen our minimum wage take the workers home?
All right. Hello, good evening. Situation. Thank you. Hello, good evening to you.
Hello, good evening, Precious.
Sir, you're welcome.
Yeah, good evening, the lady in the studio and the gentleman in the studio as well.
Okay, yeah, good evening
to you.
This is C2 calling from Freetown, Sierra Leone.
You're welcome. Go ahead, C2.
Yes, I just want to say one or two things here. You know, these things that is happening now, just like the gentleman explained, it was as the fear of Igbo politicians that warrant all these things that Igbo people are facing today. If, like as my brother there narrated the whole thing, that we face these people head to hell and tell them the atrocity they have been committing against our people, there will be no propaganda against our people. But now it's too late. Our people are mainly expressing their feelings through social media. They have opportunity now. These are the things. Before, remember, they always said that Igbo people do this, Igbo people plot coup, Igbo people do. And then at the end of the day, everything turned to become lies against my people, what they plan. But let me tell you something. What happened in Abia State, I expected it. You know why? Because Abia State, Alesoti was a good man trying to develop that place. They don't like it. Now, Nigerian Army, DSS, and police, they act as a non-government ambush their.
All right, I won't let you carry that on air. I will not let you say that, C2 from Sierra Leone. You cannot. I thought you were headed somewhere, but I will not let you carry unfounded claims or make unfounded claims on public radio. And that's absolutely a no. Hello, good evening. Can you help me turn off the volume of your radio set? Good evening.
Good evening.
You're welcome. Go ahead.
My regards to Mr. Ikene tonight.
Mr. Ikene, they're greeting you.
The situation in this country right now, we either wait for 500 more years or an instant revolution.
All right. That's your opinion. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Thank you very much. Fina, I want to go through some more messages.
Yeah, we have lots of them here. Revising the national anthem to reflect Nigeria's growth and diversity should be a more fitting approach rather than reverting the old one given to us by colonial masters. This was the anthem. This way, the anthem can inspire unity, patriotism, and national pride. And we also acknowledge the progress of the country. Just like our new or now old national anthem, Arise, O Compatriot, Arise, O Nigeria Youth. It is time to take back your country from men whose mindset as vision are still buried in 1960. And this is from Prince Francis Chilaka.
Hello, good evening to you.
Yeah, good evening, Mrs. Precious.
You're welcome. Thank you. Go ahead.
It's Mike. I'm calling from Blush.
Mike, you're welcome. Go ahead.
Yeah. Good evening for Mr. Canadian.
All right, he can hear you.
Good evening.
Hey, please, I want to ask you a question. Does it mean that this country, they share it into two?
How?
Because the other day I hear that some people are rejoicing that Mr. Tinubu is really very well on the news the other day. Yeah? People are suffering and some people are rejoicing. Does it mean they pay all those people or they are not in this country?
Rejoicing. People perceive things differently now.
And now, after 2027, now they will still vote for him again, and people are suffering. Can you imagine? Yeah? So they don't hear all this crying everywhere. Things are high. Someone cannot get me that don't like beans. Beans is not my best food. But can you imagine? Now eat beans in the morning, beans in the night, with bread and curry.
Brother, please stop. The beans is not even cheap. A rubber of beans is 7,500, so it's not even cheap. In fact, somebody was telling us that he added a whooping 20 or 20 something thousand naira to the bag. That means it will be higher.
It's not that much, but to prepare is at least you can just get 1 cup of beans, then maggi with oil, pepper, finish. You just buy garri or bread. It's not that much, but when you want to cook rice now, you buy tomato. You know what? 1 tomato now is 500. One single one. I don't know. They just don't want people to be happy. They just want to see people crying. That's what makes them happy.
Sorry. Thank you so much for calling us.
It's no longer fun. I don't know. I don't know where we are going.
It's not.
I don't even know. It's very, very painful. Honestly.
Sorry.
Nah,
Sorry, please. Sorry, apologies. You want to go back to some more messages?
Okay. Good evening, my people. All the things happening in the East are politically motivated, including the illegal detention of Nnamdi Kanu. One thing I know is that these people doing this will not stay in power forever. And what goes around comes around. That is from Ozil. And Ozil is in Agor. Good evening, Madam Precious and our guests. I think the NLC should stop fighting for salary increase. Instead, they should fight that all political office holders' salary should be at par with the salary structure of the civil service, including their allowance, which should no longer be converted into money for them. Example, they should build them accommodations instead of giving them housing allowance, and they are to return everything when leaving office. And this is from Stephen in Egbeda. From Mr. Robert, the government have made our military an object of scorn. Nigeria is now worse than some countries we read about on the newspapers. How can you kill a military man that is protecting you? My deep condolence to the families of the bereaved. May their soul rest in peace. Amen. Nigeria and Nigerian soldiers are they different people? Why are they killing each other? Nigerian soldiers, she better respect Nigerians. If not so, they keep on bringing themselves so low. And why is it that only in the south is Nigerian armies always have power to revenge the killing? And this is coming from MKO, the Living One.
So it's not only in the southeast. Okwama is not the southeast. Just to make that clear. Hello, good evening.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can. Go ahead, please.
Why won't beans be expensive when your farmer are being levied before they can farm? Are we going to pretend as if we don't know? We all know this, so we should not complain about the cost of food. We all know they are being levied by terrorists.
All right, I appreciate you. Hello, good evening. When you call me now, don't blind our ear. Sorry, deaf our ears, So just ensure to reduce. Yes, welcome.
My name is Emmanuel. I'm calling from Ikoto.
You're welcome, Emmanuel. Go ahead.
Please, what I want to say is that when you say that IPOB killed the army, have IPOB declared that they are the one that killed the army? So we should not be sentimental in this country. IPOB has not claimed responsibility. So that's what I want to say. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Thank you so much. Oh, so IPOB needs to claim responsibility. After all, ISWAP and Boko Haram claims responsibility when they do.
Oh, so, yeah. I mean, it's they may or may not. I mean, that's not because people. It's very easy to deny anything, really. Okay. But nobody is saying let them do investigation to find.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Hello. Good evening.
Hello.
Yes. Good evening and welcome. Sir. Sir.
My hand, I use 3 phones like piano. They press.
Sorry.
Even when we go, my hand, they don't swell.
Sorry.
3 phones, they press. This is what we call it from Ikeja.
Oh, Obimo, you don't tell. Obi, sir.
What you have for this station at the hot, but I know the team marketers marketing here for you people to make money. This station is too busy, but you people are not making money. Why?
Sorry. We'll soon start making. You see it
I'm
now.
not saying ask. Okay, let me know waste time.
Sir.
You know, in the new national anthem, I think their attraction is in the first stanza, line 2. Where tribes,
tongues and tribe may differ.
Where tongues may differ, in brotherhood we stand. Understand?
Yes, sir.
I want to stand on the existing protocol. Since we are talking of brotherhood, They should use this brotherhood to release SND of Aja Western. Use the same brotherhood to release Nnamdi Kano. Use the same brotherhood they use for Mieti Alak President Chairman or what to release all those boys that they're caught in the east that they transfer to the north. Let them use the existing protocol to do things right. Let them use it to tell Bayo Nonoga and the MCO the next election that Igbos and Yorubas are one. This is what we're talking about. It's not just in the national anthem. Take care of yourself.
Oh, Obi Mo, you see. Obi, how is your wife now? Give it up for me, oh. Thank you. Oh.
Okay.
Hello. Sorry. Just some more calls before they will beat me. Sir.
Good evening.
Good evening. Welcome.
Yes, my dear brother. Yes, I greet you, sir. I don't know your name, but I'm listening.
His name is Mr. Ekene Obi.
Good evening, bro.
And this is Fina.
Oh, Mr. I know Fina.
Fina is my Kenyan sister. She's my Kenyan sister. I imported her from Kenya. Is it export? Sorry.
He runs away. Fina, you're welcome.
Thank you so much. Now I'm here to stay.
Mr. Kennedy, you're welcome.
Thank you. Really appreciate it.
This is Jova, Precious.
Sir, you're welcome, Jova.
Precious, can you hear
Jova, the place you are is too noisy. Too noisy.
It's noisy. In fact, first of all, let me give you a report of traffic reports, if you don't mind.
Okay.
There is a terrible traffic on Orule and Mile 2 axis.
Hey, hold your phone well,
so for those who are about coming, they can change. They can change their routes. If you're going through that side and you're on the island, please take through Oshodi and go.
Oh, thank you. Really, my too.
What I want to say to this show. Yes, so tight, so anybody can change their route from through Oshodi. Okay, Precious, the point I want to make is very simple. Just manage me. I will just go through in the next 2 seconds. You see this national anthem thing. I am thinking that now that we have gone back to 1960 with the national anthem, let us also go back with the parliamentary system of government that we inherited from the Britain. That will help Nigeria to begin to get its foot right. And it is finally obvious that where APC has been leading Nigeria since they came on board in 2015 is back to 1950. So gradually we didn't know where they were headed until now. We have known where they are headed. So here is noise. Let me stop for now. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Trevor. Thank you so much. All right, Fina, so back to you and the messages.
The military chief that was threatening to respond swiftly to the killing of the soldiers in Abia should also look at what is making the soldiers to lose focus and be in alert against those kind of evil people that kill those soldiers. Please go to the southeast region and see how the soldiers are busy collecting money from the citizens. My own advice for the soldiers is for them to focus on their duties at all times. This is from Chiropractic in Agbara. All right,
Sophia Bella from YouTube says, don't ever tag killing to IPOB because of the hate you have on Nnamdi Kanu. Someone should claim the responsibility, not tagging every killing to IPOB. Okay, still on YouTube. Okay, Onuzulike says the constitution isn't the problem in Nigeria. The problem is the politicians. If you like, bring heaven-made constitution. A typical Nigerian politician is wired to exploit the people. It's a business to them. Oh wow. Absolutely. You agree with him?
Absolutely.
Oh wow.
Absolutely.
Leo Ozoma says any government that will do well will always start with the right step, but I didn't see it the first day of Bola Ahmed Tinubu's regime, and the reason for policy somersaults. Ngwano, I guess it's as good as my Leo sent in that message. Emmanuel also says you're right, the reason is just because of OBJ. Someone was talking about the reason the national anthem was changed. Okay, Onwuzulike says, hello, my pretty. Okay, I see you. Oladewale says, fellow Nigerians, you must push back on the action of the current leaders, particularly on the national anthem. That is unconstitutional. Okay, then says, the new lady's voice, sweet too.
Why are you smiling?
Please, she's still single. I'm marketing her. She's very single, never been married. Brand new. Okay, don't mind me. That's a joke. Sorry for that marketing content. You know, Obi said we don't have marketing content, so I wanted to create some.
So you're feeding ads now.
Okay, you're the new ad, the latest ad we have. So Ina says, Precious, our her to okay, I should allow her to anchor the program for 30 minutes or allow her to speak long. Oh, you just want to be hearing the voice. That is the message. Mbano, it's okay. Blessing then says, who is this man? Well spoken, my brother. Nigerians do not know their rights. And Patrick Nnamdi says, for how long will Nigerians endure the menace that's going on? How did we come to this mess? Nigerians right now are going through a lot. One brother just called and explained the part of a lot he's going through. Nigerians' docility is legendary. That's what Okeonzilike says. Paul Uzokwe says, what are the soldiers doing in towns and villages? Are they not supposed to stay in barracks? Why are they mounting roadblocks internally? Are they tax collectors? In federal government not paying them? And Kenezike says Labour has called for strike. Okay, Ella. All right. Let's take a few more calls. Hello, good evening to you.
Hello, good evening. This is Jonathan from London.
Jonathan, you're welcome. Go ahead, please.
Okay, great to guest there.
I greet you too.
Good evening.
Regarding the National Assembly earnings that your guest is talking about.
Oh, you heard that one, eh?
I know, very attentive.
Okay.
I'm very...
a serious student. I like you. Thank you. Go ahead.
So what I want to say is that it's a quite sensitive matter for Nigerians. It's just that I'm privileged to work with them before I leave Nigeria. I don't know what in the local palace what we call see finish. That is all what is said, either allegedly or not, is 100% true. So I saw the way you reacted.
You said, did your mind not cut when you heard it?
What are you? He's just saying the man is saying my mind. You understand? If you got to know their severance package after 4 years, you will know that Nigeria is I don't know, 6 feet is understatement.
God no go green. So, no. Why go say
That's just it. So it's a kind of mind-boggling arena. If you know what exchanged down before the confirmation of this new anthem, you will shook head for my country. So if I was watching Good Luck Jonathan as an observer in South Africa, if you see the way the one of your colleagues is interviewing the Good Luck that South Africa now is now the biggest economy in Africa, Jonathan just shook it. See the breakdown of their election. If you can go online to register and participate, you don't need to, as it called. These is the people that Nigeria supported them for their independence.
Thank
you. So it's a pity. Thank you very much.
Sorry, Jonathan. Sorry. Thank you so much. I appreciate you, Jonathan. Do we have a few more messages before we go straight to our step down conversation?
Let's try to
because our chiropractor is waiting and cannot wait to attend to us.
All right. Good evening again, Madam Precious. You always stop people from saying something that are unfounded, which is right. But I also want to ask you how the army knows that the IPOB were the ones that, perpetrated the act of killing in Abia State.
Because the army said it.
All right. From Robert, Nigeria is sliding. Okay, I wouldn't want to say where it's going to according to what we pen down here. If serious precautions are not taken to end the killing in the southeast, the federal government should release Nnamdi Kanu. Okay, Mary from Okafa, I just want to ask, is it only salary increase that NLC fights for? And do they fight only for civil servants alone? I mean, can't they fight for the farmers, for Nigerians who pay taxes before going to farm? Fighting that government must give us refinery, fight that housing should be affordable, and all the fights that they also mentioned. Please, I'm very, very annoyed. What is happening in Abia State is politically sabotage. This regime does not wish Nigeria any good. They are not starting working evil against Governor Oti. Okay, I wouldn't want to let you say that. I wouldn't want to read further. Good evening, Sister Precious. Please pick my call. I want to greet your guest. This is me speaking my mind, Mr. Paulinus from Isolo. I hail the house.
It's not Nigeria.
Please, I want to ask. I want to ask, are they not repentant IPOB or ESN members that the federal government could pardon and release from jail? but they are repentant Boko Haram and bandits who committed genocide. The injustice is very clear. This is from Ezekiel in Ejibo.
All right, Sophina, let's take a break because we'll have a step-down conversation to have.
Can't wait
during
for
a
that.
step-down conversation, we'll have Dr. Paul Johnson Chima join us. He's a chiropractor, and we're going to be looking at how chiropractic can be used as an alternative healthcare for wellness, as it were, generally. And let's even look at the benefits of a chiropractic session. That will be after the break. There is a lot to do, and then we're going to have a live chiropractic session right here in the house. So we'll break somebody's bone, align somebody's bone, and adjust somebody's nerves there in the house. And we'll have the doctor tell us a lot of benefits of chiropractic care. The reason I had to bring this to you is because it is weekend, people of God, so that in the midst of all the hula baloo in the country, you can find a way to relax your mind and rest properly and be of good health, which is very important. After the break, Lagos, we'll be right back.
From the views on the streets,
we go to bed empty hunger,
to the blaring horns of a hustling city, the loudest voices of the common man got a medium to be heard.
This particular administration, they were coming unprepared.
It's not a bad thing to renovate the president's lodge.
Through top-notch programming, unbiased reportage of news, sports, business, entertainment, and cultural documentaries, Voice of the People 90.3 FM became a symbol for 21st century media. And now, a new baby is born. Voice of the People Television, VOP TV, youthful, full of vigor and pressure for excellence in the continent's media space, exposing the wrongs, applauding the rights, dissecting the news without fear or favor, through factual and accurate stories and contents.
Corruption kills three things that makes a society.
Representing the interests of the people and giving them a voice. Voice of the People TV is here to stay towards building a fair society. VOP TV, Voice of the People Television, truly a voice for the people.
All right, Lagos, you are welcome back. It is still 90.3 Voice of the People FM. So we have Dr. Paul Johnson Chima in the house. I cannot be like Fina that stumbled the name upside down. Dr. Paul, you're welcome. It's such a pleasure to see you. Thank you for coming in flesh and blood and in spirit and soul, all joined together. Thank you for joining us. All right, so let's get straight to chiropractic. What really does interest you the most about chiropractic, and why did you decide to toe this line of health, well-being, as it is, or wellness?
So the first thing is that anytime I touch anybody, they get healed.
That is, you have healing hands. He heals
magical
totally.
fingers.
Oh wow, really?
Yeah, that was what kept me going for 12 years.
For 12 years.
Yeah.
So everybody you touch gets fixed. Everyone you touch gets fixed. Oh wow, interesting. Okay, so what's the most common ailment that's most common issue, as it were, because this is not about an ailment. What's the most common issue that people consult you
Sciatic
for?
nerve compression.
Sciatic nerve compression. What does it mean? Sounds like science.
So the sciatic nerve is the tail humans are supposed to have. Is the energy pack for you?
Wait, sorry. You have to take it easy on us. So you say sciatic nerve is the tail that human beings are supposed to have.
Yeah.
Oh
so
wow.
From your L4, it goes to your right leg. From your L5, it goes to your left leg.
Oh wow.
So that is the energy. Run, jump, sex, everything that has to do with energy.
Run, jump, that's the
yes. So whenever it's compressed, you find out that you're having weak erection, you're having tiredness, you cannot run, you cannot walk fast, you cannot,
and once you lay your hands on that person, the person, see the way you do hand, sharp. You have to do practical here. Let people be seeing the kind of healing hands that you have. So what is really the duty of a chiropractor?
So
for those that may not understand the grammar.
Okay, so a chiropractor is a realigner.
A realigner.
Yes.
Are we talking about rebalancing and alignment?
Well, it helps your synapses. Your synapses is the electrical wave on your system, right? Every organ needs that to flow to perform their duties. So when it's not aligned, when your body is not aligned, you find out that your body malfunction, which is normal with every body. Yeah. So once it's aligned, you feel so light and you can walk, you can sleep, you can jump, you can run.
So that thing you do, cram, is aligning people's body.
Exactly.
Oh wow. So what are the line of issues, bodily issues that chiropractic session can fix? Headache.
Yes, that's a migraine.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So if you just touch the person now, everything all right.
On hand.
Where do you touch to fix the headache? I'm not saying you should teach me.
C2.
See where you sit, you could just call C2 because I'm not Abia. You could just call C2.
Cervical 2.
Where is cervical 2? The cervical not be for woman body.
No, it's on your neck.
It's on your neck.
Yes.
Okay.
There's cervical, there's thoracic, and there's lumbar. Yes.
Okay, that's how we have the C2, T2,
Exactly,
L4, L5.
Exactly.
Oh,
I feel like say be the interclass that year.
I know jumping.
Okay, so migraine you mentioned, and what again?
So migraine, insomnia, indigestion, ulcer. Yes. Yes.
How can breaking of bone, aligning of bone, aligning of nerves help with ulcer? So that means it helps with that. It has something to do with digestion.
Yes.
Oh, digestion. Oh,
yes.
Wow.
And then lodiosis, scoliosis, stroke, anything.
Stroke.
Yes.
Oh, that means it may also help with children. Does it help with kids with special needs like cerebral palsy and all that?
Exactly.
It does. So if you touch a child with cerebral palsy or Down syndrome, you can help them get better.
Exactly.
Are you serious?
It would help the medication the child is taking to work better and for the child to recover fast. Yeah.
Oh wow, interesting. Oh my goodness.
Now, the way you just made mention of all this, the magical finger, the turchies, and how we have to
did not say he has magic fingers. Thank you. You did not say so.
Wait.
I was here
what do you expect when someone to touch you and boom, everything just within just one snap, everything will just come back to normal. Now, my own question is this. Is it not painful? Because most times when you people do the touching, we had this cracking sound and it's kind of scary.
It's not because it's realignment. So you know how you feel when you have dislocation and then it becomes normal, like you did not fix it. The pain is there and then it just snaps, and then once it comes back, you feel this relief. Right, that's how it is.
Okay. All right. So we will be having a live session. I do hope that we can do that very soon, maybe after this break. We need you to be here live because we have people watching us from across the world. So for those of you that are listening from radio, you can go to our YouTube page right now. We're about to have a live session with a human being, a real human being, not a doll. So we get to understand exactly what Dr. Paul is talking about. So how often is one expected to see a chiropractor?
At least once in a month, once in 3 months, depending on.
What's the benefit of seeing a chiropractor once in a month, once in 3 months?
It reduces the risk of pain, discomfort. Yeah, it reduces the risk of waist pain. You find out that almost all the young men and young women in Nigeria right now complains of
one pain or the other, right?
They are not sleeping. They cannot run.
So that means that pain must come from the nerves or bone or one of those issues.
Exactly.
Oh wow.
So once all those are taken care of, you find that you're almost living a pain-free life, which is the most important thing.
So your work is to just fix pain.
Exactly.
To take care of people's pain.
I'm a pain specialist.
You're a pain specialist.
Exactly.
When it is time, Mr. Ikenobi, do you have pain? No, we want to show them Egypt, for example, because I'm sure a lot of Nigerians will call in and share their thoughts and reactions with us. But before then, let's take a break, set our bed. He said, who doesn't have pain?
In Lagos.
He said, who doesn't have pain in Lagos? Okay, so let's take a break and set our chairs for a live session. And then we'll also let your calls come in for questions, contributions, and perhaps inquiries from Dr. Paul. That will be after this break. Stay with us, Lagos. This is 90.3 Voice of the People FM.
From the views on the streets,
we go to bed empty hunger,
to the blaring horns of a hustling city, the loudest voices of the common man got a medium to be heard.
This particular administration, they were coming unprepared.
It's not a bad thing to renovate the president's lodge.
Through top-notch programming, unbiased reportage of news, sports, business, entertainment, and cultural documentaries, Voice of the People 90.3 FM became a symbol for 21st century media. And now, a new baby is born. Voice of the People Television, VOP TV, youthful, full of vigor and pressure for excellence in the continent's media space, exposing the wrongs, applauding the rights, dissecting the news without fear or favor, through factual and accurate stories and contents.
Corruption kills three things that makes a society.
Representing the interests of the people and giving them a voice. Voice of the People TV is here to stay towards building a fair society. VOP TV, Voice of the People Television, truly a voice for the people.
Listen to hot critical analysis and top trending topics of the day. Join Precious, Monday to Friday, 7 to 9 p.m. on
All right, Legacy, all welcome back. It is still 90.3 Voice of the People FM. So let's just get started very quickly. Dr. Paul is here, and we've been trying to ask questions about chiropractic adjustment and things that we can do. So Dr. Paul we are live right now on a live session with him. The only thing you may be hearing is crum sound if you are on radio, but if you're on YouTube, you'll be hearing you see the visuals. Yeah. So Dr. Paul, what's the first place to start with when you are about to go on a chiropractic session? Please help me come close to the mic before you talk, please. Thank you.
Is to start with the hands, because half of the bone in the body is in the hands and the legs.
Oh, so the first thing you do is to rubbing, massaging the back.
Yes, so that you won't cause headache, or you won't cause inflammation.
Okay. So, but there is no bone in the ear now. Why are you cracking?
I'm hearing sound though.
You're hearing sound in your ear.
It's on your ear, cause steps. That's
steps.
Yeah, that helps balance your brain.
Oh, okay.
So it makes you think fast.
So because you're far from the mic, let me just explain to them. He said the smallest bone in your body is in your ear, and it's called steps, and it helps balance your brain.
Your brain, yes.
Hey. Okay. So this one you want to do Nanovex, is it spinal cord realignment?
No. So we don't touch the spinal cord. People are scared that we touch the spinal cord.
Please just come close to my mic. No, thank you, sir.
We don't touch the spinal cord. We are not specialists for spinal cord. We're only specialists for spine.
Oh, spine is different from spinal cord now.
So the spinal cord truncates through the spine. The spine.
Oh.
No chiropractor touch the spine.
Oh wow.
No chiropractor touch the spinal cord.
But it's the spine that you touch.
It's the spine.
Oh wow.
It's the housing. It's the skeleton. It's your structure. It's the reason why you're running, you're walking, you're standing straight.
And that spine like that.
Spine, without these your bones, you cannot walk, you cannot run.
So people that are doing like hunchback, what
we can fix it. That's hyphosis. We can fix it.
And the person's back will be straight.
Yes.
Ngwa, come and be fixing. Mr. Kene, he said you have pain. Ngwa, let's deal with it now. He said he's a pain physician. Ngwa, let's see. Okay. You had a crack?
Yeah.
On your back?
My chest.
Oh wow. Okay.
So what do you call this now?
So this is to align so your ellipsoid and your shoulder blade are together, right? So one helps you do this, and then one helps you do this. Yeah. But if the two of them are trapped, you have shoulder blade pain.
Oh, okay.
So when we do that, we separate it so that you can do anything you want to do.
And
you can do this without, yes, not that. There's some people who has cervical spondylosis when you're
is it not cervical spondylosis?
Yes.
Oh.
That's when the toy and the shoulder blade is. So I'm standing somehow. I'm tired.
Sorry, I can. We can say that.
It's tight.
We'll get you the rice, right?
When we'll get that rice.
We'll get you his rice and stew. Please, Mr. Kene, we have to buy that rice and stew.
We'll get it.
Okay. So when you extend your hand, you find out that you're having trigger from your brain. Maybe when you're sleeping, you find out that there's heaviness on your hand, triggering sensations to your hand. That is cervical spondylosis, and it's trapped nerve. So what I'm about to do now, or what I'm doing now, helps reduce those inflammations.
Okay. All right. So let's have you do him quick so that we can take calls, because my phone lines are already buzzing. So that I'm sure the Nigerians have a lot of questions to ask and perhaps things to learn. Oh wow. Okay. Okay. Fina, are you seeing it?
I'm not going to say anything. I'm just watching how it's going now.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So what did you do now? You had to also break the.
Yeah. So sit down.
It interests me anytime you do all this breaking.
Is the foundation to the body. That's the vertebrae.
The vertebrae.
Yes.
Is a foundation to the body.
That's the reason why you can stand straight. If anything happens to your T1, L1, there's no how you can stand erect. You either the pain will make you want to.
You tilt.
Yeah, tilt.
Oh wow.
Yes.
Okay.
So, because those are the foundations
of
the body. Yeah. Sacrum 1. These are the foundations of the body. These are the reason why. These are the ones that take the pressure from your neck, from your back, from your chest, from your rib, from your lumbar. They take the pressure.
So the last time I spoke with you, you said the head was very heavy.
Yes.
So that's why that has to help carry the pressure.
The head alone is 4-5 kg for every human being.
4 to 5 kg.
The head alone.
The head alone is
no matter how big or small.
No matter how big it is, not more than 5 kg, and it's not lesser than 4 kg.
Oh wow.
So that's the T4, C1, C1 has balanced that body weight.
Okay.
So that you can, turn your neck, and then some people can even go as far as
all right.
feel the.
Okay, so Fina, you may help us go through the WhatsApp messages very quickly while he's cracking the rest of the body. He's very tired, so we don't stress him too much. While that is going on, let's see if we can take a few more WhatsApp messages from Nigerians. Well, for those on YouTube, today is your day. We're giving you field day. So maybe I'll run a bit of commentary for those on radio. So there's something you're doing that sounds like you're practically pressing his back.
Yeah. So
okay.
I'm realigning his spine.
You're realigning his spine.
Reducing the pressure. So reducing the pressure is different from arranging the spine so that they can sit on each other. You must reduce the pressure first before you realign it. So that you don't put pressure on the disc.
The disc is the one that I said is very dangerous.
Yes.
Okay, all right.
And the disc is what gets damaged that makes people say they are paralyzed.
So it's not like they really broke their spinal cord.
No.
So why do you say so? Spinal cord cannot be broken?
It's not breakable.
Wait, your spinal cord is unbreakable?
No, your spine, not the spine.
Oh, sorry, your spine is unbreakable.
It's unbreakable.
Oh, wow.
It's stronger than the rock.
Are you serious?
It's not face up.
Oh, wow. Interesting. Okay. Interesting.
Except it is smashed.
All right.
Okay.
Smashed. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay. Mr. Kene, you're feeling all the cracks, right?
Yes, sir.
Are you serious? So how do you know when your client is not relaxed enough?
So it's about the pressure. For example, if your body is meant to take a cube of sugar and it adds a bit, half a cube of sugar, it will reflect in your system. So as a chiropractor, I know the weight of the leg, I know the weight of the head, I know the weight of the hand, I know the weight of the body. If anybody adds a bit of it from what their normal weight is, I know as a chiropractor.
So how do you calculate the body mass index? Joy, but just looking at
you
that.
want to come out. Just relax.
Okay. All right. They are shouting here. Somebody on YouTube is saying, "Oh boy, suffer your gas stretcher." This is interesting. He says, "I need this too." Okay. All right. Oh my wow. Okay, so for those of you on terrestrial radio, kindly just go to our YouTube at VOP 90.3. We are live now, and you get to see what Dr. Paul is doing on the live.
Wow, so many reactions.
Oh wow! So for each place you press like this, there's a crack.
Shifting, yeah,
wow.
Because so the reason why there are 50 something joints in the body. Right?
Oh wow!
So the reason why you can do anything you want to do, acrobatic, jump, fly, swim, is because those joints are functional.
So now that you said acrobatic, Uncle, because I remember that back in the days I used to do backflip without doing, but right now old age has come. Somebody look how woman cannot do backflip again. Is that the reason why? I need Dr. Paul in my life. Dr. Paul, I have you now, so that I can go back to my backflipping, Okay, all right. Interesting. So a few more messages here. This says, okay, nice one. I just wish I'm the one on the bed. You want to be used as EG, for example. Been having some pains lately, and I would like to have a session. Okay, so I'm sure you perhaps we'll talk with him later on for that.
And on WhatsApp here, please, Precious, we need his contact. And this is coming from Scholastica from Okafa.
It is not a free. He did not pay us, but he can only tell us his social media. What did you just do now?
Yes, I did a strap, the neck strap.
You strangled his neck. That is strapped his neck. Way.
It's called spinal strap. And
oh wow.
Yeah, so that would help align his spine from his sacrum to his cervical.
So what this process he just did now, what would it do to him?
It would increase. Is this working?
Yeah, it is.
It will increase blood flow.
Okay.
Which is the most important thing.
It will increase blood flow.
Blood stop flowing. That is when somebody dies, and that's the reason why when the heart stops beating, the doctors announce the person's death.
Okay. So that means you just open more of the airwaves, the blood flow.
Exactly.
Oh,
yes.
Oh. All right. Lagos phone lines are open. Let's have you call in to ask questions if you have questions. 0700 903 903 903 0817-175-6338. That's the WhatsApp line. 0817-175-6338. That's the WhatsApp line. Hello, good evening to you.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening. Welcome, sir.
Yeah, my name is Chuka. I'm calling from Iowa.
Chuka, you're welcome. Sharp.
By the time he gets home.
You say you hope Mr. Kenneth's wife recognizes him by the time he gets home.
Yes, I have 4 questions. Number
4.
One, who to have his contact, telephone number.
We cannot give you his contact because he's not paying us. I've answered the number 1 for you. Number 2.
Yes, how expensive is this care? How expensive? And then what about training opportunities? Is it available? I want to find out whether there is a training opportunity.
Okay, he said. Okay, go ahead. So one question is how expensive is his contact, which is impossible. One training opportunities, how expensive it is. All right, go ahead, Dr. Paul. You'd like to respond to him quickly?
Okay, so it is health. It is priceless.
Okay, so it's okay. So it's priceless.
Yes.
Okay.
We have to see you first before we can know how to, training opportunities. Yes, we are open for training. Lagos, Abuja, Port Harcourt. Yeah.
For now, okay. Now, yeah. Training opportunities, so you can train people and they can be as good as you are.
100.
And they will not break somebody's in here.
You have to wait your time for that.
All right, so let me read through some messages on WhatsApp very quickly. Can we learn this in our universities? Do we offer this in our universities?
Don't yet. For those who are chiropractors in Nigeria, they learned outside Nigeria. So, but we are working on it.
So you learned outside this country?
I learned in China.
Oh wow, you studied this in China. Okay, so Ayanele Menike says this is interesting, I need it. Stella Osamuyeme says, good evening, Dr. Paul. Please, how do I get your contact to have a session? Asuko Akan says, Jim, I want to know the cost of this cracking noise. Crank, crank, crank. Call me the kid says, Jesus Christ, Baba the unconscious. Now, like, don't be unconscious. He said, Baba the unconscious. We're gonna check whether the guy. He said, we're gonna check whether the guy, they for whether he did open. I mean, open the eye. Odalet says, have been having serious waist pain for the past 3 weeks. What could be the reason? And then Rich Cherry says, is it a skill that someone can use abroad? Very well. Gabriel Johnson says, Precious, please help us with his social media handle. Except that promise me so that I'm not going to call me APC woman leader again. If you call me APC woman leader, I'll not give you anything. All right. Thank you so much. Chinaza Eze says, nice one, Dr. Precious. You are highly appreciated for the good work. Thank you so much. Do you have some messages on WhatsApp? I'm sure you have a lot too.
Yeah, I do. And I do a lot of back body cracking to almost every day, from fingers to ankle, toes, waist, twisting, elbows, knees, and knee, etc. and neck. And okay, the question now comes: is it healthy? Honestly, I don't know.
To crack your bones.
Yes.
Yeah.
So chiropractors are trained to position you first before cracking. So if you say you're cracking your hands, it's fine, but your neck, your back, please leave it for a chiropractor.
Way.
So you don't cause more complications.
Oh.
He said, let me not ask Precious. He did not finish that side. He said, let me not ask Precious to help me before she press my neck.
Please, Precious, can the doctor there help one with stroke walk again?
100%.
And why is there swollen on his foot? Dave from First Tag, right?
Yeah, we fix stroke.
Okay.
When we see the person, we'll know the reason why. Yeah.
There's a stroke. So do you also deal with medical examinations like scans, tests, x-rays, and all of that? So you use all of those to ascertain the issues,
to assess and diagnose. But chiropractors are not trained.
Okay.
So now we are
not trained on what now?
We are trained to use x-ray.
Okay.
But you must know at first sight what the problem is to be a good chiropractor.
So as a good chiropractor, once you see me now, you can tell what my problem is.
Yes, you can tell.
Oh yeah, Dr. Paul, what is my problem? Dr. Paul, look at me.
You say stand. You tell you to stand.
I should stand. I have stood. You make people see that I'm a very tall woman. Go ahead. What is my problem?
Turn your back.
Hey, back. I will not turn it on camera. I will not turn it. Fina, stand up and turn your back.
Why should I be the one to stand up to turn my back?
Well, we use X-ray, we use MRI scan and everything. But if I'm training my just like I'm trained, you must see a problem from spotting the person.
Oh wow, that's what makes you an expert. Oh yeah, our phone lines are buzzing non-stop. Hello, good evening. Good evening. Are you there? We don't. Hello. All right, unfortunately we don't have this person. Precious, please help us with his social media handle. You are beautiful. Thank you. Today now I'm beautiful. Now you're begging me something. I'll just help you people. Shinaza says, nice one, Doctor. Precious, you are out. Okay. But what Bewaji Coyote says, this is lovely, but person will get anger issue. Person will get anger issue.
I don't collect.
No suppose lend this so make person bone no go break for their hand. And then Peter Ayawo says, do you do acupuncture too?
Yes,
acupuncture.
Acupuncture is about reoxygenating the blood. Acupressure is about taking the blood.
Okay.
So for me, I prefer acupressure than acupuncture.
So acupressure is like
if you oxygenate the blood, the guarantee that the blood that pain will not come back is not there. But if you do acupressure, the guarantee of you feeling 100% is there. So that's the reason why I choose to focus
acupressure and not acupuncture. Yes.
That's
interesting. That's the copying.
Okay.
That's the secret. The copying. Good evening, Precious. And you people are called. He said, good evening, Precious, and your people. I called you 37 times yesterday. No answer. I'm so sorry. Anyways, I am just calling to greet you for your great job. Thank you so much, Minister Allah. It's not in any way deliberate. Phone lines are buzzing. So you have some messages you want to read?
Yeah, please, Doctor. I'm having shoulder pains at my left hand side, and this is still from Scholastica. And this one says, what's the essence of the massage that you are now? What's the essence of the messages that you are now reading? I beg you.
He's making shakara for us. Don't worry, he'll be all right. Hello, good evening to you. Please help us turn up the volume of your radio set. Hello, good evening. No, now you cannot do like this now. If you call us, you have to. So, good evening, Casey from Alulu. Please, I want to ask him of a person that used to having pain in his. Oh, okay. So this is a bit sensitive. It says, Casey says, it says, please, I want to ask him of a person that is used to having pain in his anus whenever he goes to toilet. Then after like 14 hours, the pain will stop. But it's usually occurs whenever he goes to toilets. What will he do? For I have gone to few hospitals, but after taking injections and some drugs, it doesn't stop. What is the final solution for it? Is this something you can handle?
I'll fix him, but he has to connect. He has to contact me. I can't say
it's something you can fix.
100.
It's your confidence that is doing me safe. The way you just do the I'll fix it. And I put hand on your cheek and I'll fix him. And I do face and do and 100.
So
why is this person getting?
This is 12 years.
You've been practicing for 12 years.
I don't want to do it again, and you still find yourself walking. It's a holiday, and somebody's calling you off pain. I need to rest today. It's my lazy day, and I still have to walk.
Sorry. Hello, welcome.
Hey, don't take my call, sis.
Thank you.
Please, I want to tell the doctor. Please, if you want to call your social media handle, please call it slowly and you spell it. Okay, please. And Mr. Ekene, please speak so that.
Thank you so much. Mr. Ekene, please, your mic is open. Speak. Let them know that we have not killed you. Nigerians say you should speak, that they want to be sure that you're fine. So I'd like to know, how do you feel?
I'm very much alive. I was just relaxing.
How do you feel after this incident?
Well, I feel good. It's just that, most of the things he was doing, I do a lot of exercise myself, right? So a few touches here and there that you couldn't hear any crack. Okay? I had done that already. All right? But the ones that I couldn't do, he did, and I felt good.
I'm coming. Let me take this call. I'm coming back to you. Hello, good evening.
Hello, my love.
Hello, Onyekwa, in front of the whole world. Good evening to you and welcome.
This is 110% love.
How my 110%? You left me since. What is going on? Where have you been?
No, I've been looking for you.
You searched around the world that you didn't see me. You're welcome. You're welcome.
Yeah, thank you. Please tell the chiropractor that I appreciate him a lot. I don't know if there's a way he can make his contact available. Because I have some people that might need those services in Nigeria. I don't mind sponsoring, so they can actually feel better.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Okay, so Mr. Kene, coming back to you now. One of the things Dr. Paul had said, even though he didn't say it here, but whilst I was talking with him before now, is that one good reason for one of the things that chiropractic session would do for you is that it opens up your airwaves and your blood flow, your blood vessels, so that blood flows easily, and that you can breathe better after. Do you think you breathe better than you were breathing before? You just had one choke and cough before now. I want to know if you can breathe better.
Like I said, this is the first time I'm
you're experiencing this. You're having a session.
All right, I've been seeing people go through it and all of that, but I felt the one I have been doing to myself is a bit enough. All right, but from what I got here, the experience is awesome.
So you feel like say hand touch you?
Absolutely.
Oh, okay. All right. So, Dr. Paul, they want you to give your social media handle. I'm sorry we can't give out your number because now you're not a paid client. So, how can we reach you? If we want to follow you like your village people now, how do we follow you?
So, you go to White Star.
White Star?
Yes, White Star.
Oh, that's your social media handle?
Yes.
White Star Wellness.
Or Dr. Paul.
Okay.
_chiropractor.
Dr. Paul _ chiropractor.
Yes.
Doctor is DR.
Yes, .Paul.
Okay, dr.paul. Yes. That is dr.paul _ chiropractor.
Yes.
For those who may not know, chiropractor is spelled CHIROP. Okay, finish the spelling.
CHIROP. RACT OR. Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much. I appreciate you.
Or White Star Wellness.
Or White Star is together.
Yes,
White Star Wellness. Okay, thank you so much.
The underscore, some people will be like, what is happening? Why underscore? It's just like a dash under.
The dash that is under, not that one that is in the middle. Exactly. That's the underscore. Yeah. So White Star Wellness, that's together. That does not have an underscore.
Yeah, White Star Wellness. Yes, once you put White Star Wellness, definitely you see Dr. Paul there.
Dr. Paul there. Yeah. All right, thank you so much. I appreciate you for coming. I see that you're very tired. Mr. Kenya and I will go and give you a license too.
I need that.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you. So I wanted to ask that what is the worst situation you've encountered handled, and were you able to solve it?
Yeah, so is a guy who had who was scheduled for surgery. He had L4 disc degeneration, and he had been scheduled for surgery on Monday, and then I saw him by Saturday. By Sunday morning he was working already. Yes, only one session. So
and the surgery was cancelled.
Yes, surgery was cancelled.
Oh wow,
it was paid good.
Does chiropractic have any side effect?
It does not, because if you meet a good chiropractor, they will first of all realign you. They make you feel good. They make you feel alive.
Okay.
So except the person is not a good chiropractor, I'm not saying it because I've had Nigerians are doing good in this aspect. So, but if you meet,
but talking about Nigerians doing good now, we don't even have much awareness. We don't have.
Yeah,
people don't even know that.
More awareness on chiropractic in Nigeria, and it's going well.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much, Dr. Paul. Our time is off, and we need to run. I appreciate it. You say White Star Wellness, yes, right? On Instagram. On Instagram, and then Facebook too. The same thing.
Dr. Paul Chiropractor.
Dr. Paul Chiropractor, Facebook. White Star Wellness, Dr. Paul Chiropractor. Yeah. For those who don't know, I appreciate you very well. Thank you for giving him a free session on air. Yeah. I pray that his wife recognizes him when he gets home. Thank you so much, everyone who's been a part of the show. She will even like him the more. My name is you want your name cool now? Is that what he says? So, Mr. Kenneth, we like to know where your performance this next
is different from what
rated 18. And you don't say give me results. Give Dr. Paul results.
The movie is rated 18. It's not for people like
this. Is rated. She's an adolescent. She said this movie is rated 18. It's not for children like that. I appreciate you guys for coming, Mr. Kenneth. Thank you so much, obliging me. Thank you so much, Lagos. My name is Precious Enyi. Catch me across all social media platforms at Precious Enyi Official on Instagram. YouTube is at Precious Enyi. Enyi means friend, and I love to be your friend. I see you again on Monday.
Fina Okechukwu is my name. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Bye for now.
Good night.